Thank you everyone. شكرا على مجيئكم. أنا أتوقع عندنا بعض الناس غير ناطقين باللغة العربية، لذلك بتكلم باللغة الإنجليزية، ويمكن بعض المقتطفات بتكون باللغة العربية إن شاء الله. بكمل على اللي تحدث فيه الدكتور أحمد. طبعا احنا شفنا تطبيقات الفعل الجبارة والفريدة من نوعها، كيف ممكن احنا نضيف قيمة جذرية ونوعية لمسيرة التحول الرقمي. في المجموعة الوطنية للتكنولوجيا احنا نشتغل we're working from the back end. What comes before to realize, to achieve that level of digital transformation? We came up with digital transformation as a service. So we have, you have SaaS, we have iPaaS, we have IaaS, providing those services for our potential clients. What we're trying to achieve here is digital transformation is not one project or a mega project that you do and you leave your, that field. It is a continuously emerging and a continuously working project. So you have to keep going with this for the rest of the future of your organization and for the initiative. Some companies that took this in a different approach and they do not succeed. We all remember Nokia back in the 1990s, early 2000s. If you wanted to own and buy a mobile device, you only could, the top was Nokia, Alcatel, Motorola. But where are those guys today? They're almost, no one hears about them. Nokia even had the backhaul of the network, not only the mobile device, they even had the backbone of the network infrastructure. But they failed. They failed because they got comfortable. They failed because they thought they achieved and they are at the top and there is no need to go and move forward. This is what we believe and strongly believe, that every organization, they have to keep pushing forward and never get comfortable, because that's how you stay competitive and that's how you stay digitally transformed. So, DTAS, Digital Transformation Platform. We are investing millions of dollars to come up with a platform that gathers around all of your digital transformation initiatives in one dashboard. So you see how your business process optimization efforts are going on, how your enterprise architecture, IT portfolio management, your IoT initiatives, your big data initiatives, all in one platform. So for your CIO, for your CTO, for your CEO and your board, they know for every real they have invested in digital transformation, how is that linked live with the performance of the organization. And this is our model, digital transformation as a service, using our digital transformation platform to achieve that value for our clients. Now, I'll take each step and I will say how we are different from using the traditional, I would say, IT services projects. Usually the companies will start with consultation for mega projects. The consultant will be, part of his job will be to get some RFPs ready, 3, 4, 5, depending on the size of the project. His level of, the performance level of that contract is based on the level of interaction and level of understanding of that contractor. So starting with the consultant, they are working closely with you, with the top management, with the entire of the organization. So they understand very well what you want to achieve. But then they, you procure several contracts to multiple system integrators. Each one knows they are helping your digital transformation, but they don't know exactly how their portion will cascade into a clear KPIs into the overall vision. And this goes again to the technology solution providers, to the IT services, and to the training and management solution providers. So what we're seeing here is a trend of, the failure rate of IT projects is very high. This is why, because moving from one contract to another, from one job to another, that's where a lot of the miscommunication, the message gets weaker. We all have done the exercise where we have a big room, the first person tells the second person a message, and by the time it reaches the last person, it's a completely different message. This is how we're saying, what we will do is we will take on that with a platform. It's not just a consultation theoretically. We actually use a full-fledged platform to ensure that message is going throughout the project. So we maintain the level of the performance and we align the strategy all the way with the outcomes of the project. So we ensure whatever you have invested, whatever you have envisioned is actually achieved. And I'll take you very quickly through how each step is involving some critical aspects and milestones to achieve that. So our first step is assessment stage. So we want to understand where you are today. We start with the strategy. A lot of the organizations, they want, digital transformation is a buzzword. Everyone wants to get into, the train. It's a very cool train. It's a very hot train. However, a lot of organizations also don't have a very clear strategy. A strategy is not just, we want to be the best in the digital transformation. We want to digitalize our services. No, you have to link your strategy with clear KPIs. If you cannot measure it, you cannot improve it. It has to be measurable. So we need to know that you have a clear, defined strategy that cascades into clear initiatives to achieve that digital transformation objective. If you don't have the strategy, this is where we step in. We are with you from day one all the way to where you feel you have achieved your vision. So with the strategy, we ensure that you have a clear vision and objectives with clear KPIs to measure the success of your digital transformation. Moving forward with the digital transformation maturity assessment. So once you have the strategy, we start to understand your landscape. Where are you today? What systems are you using? How are the capabilities of your team? If you have some initiatives already have been completed, how would that fit in with your digital strategy, digital transformation strategy? So we understand your digital transformation maturity. Once that is completed, then we start with your process maturity, because at the end, all the e-services boil down to an actual defined process. If the process is not clearly defined and actually reflects the workflow and the reality, because some of times you will have, a design process on paper that does not reflect the reality. Our system connects to all your back-end systems, connects to your ERP, connects to your CRM, SRM, whatever the system might be. We connect to it to have the process discovery. We ensure that whatever process we design is actually reflected in your IT systems to ensure the level of compliance, governance, and conformity. Moving from the process maturity to understand what's your current landscape. How do you have the process documented or not documented? Then we move to the data maturity assessment. The data, everyone, big part of the digital transformation journey is to come up with clear and actionable data and insights. People require analytics. The CIO, the CTO, the CEO, they want to action it. They want to action the data they have been gathering from the multiple data points into an actionable data. And this is where we understand if you're, as I say, garbage in, garbage out. If your data is not validated, it's not clear, it's not accurate, then you cannot really action it. And the entire project will not go according to your aspirations. Once we have done with the assessment, we deploy our tools. We deploy the specific tools underneath each initiative to ensure that you are following the proper, digital transformation strategy. And to see these tools, I don't want to put spoilers here. You'll have to visit our booth to see what tool and our digital transformation platform and the tools we use for this journey. Now, I'll accelerate a little bit because we only have 15 minutes. The second stage is the business analysis stage. The business analysis stage is so we understood the strategy, we understood what your current landscape is. Now we want to understand from your IT perspective, how is your enterprise architecture? Do you have a clearly defined enterprise architecture? Are you following TOGAF, ETOM, or SOA, whatever it might be? You need to have a very clearly defined enterprise architecture. It's basically the organizational chart of your IT systems and your IT, twin of your organization. So having an enterprise architecture in place, we start with also the business architecture framework. The business architecture framework basically tells us what kind of entity you are. Do you want a very accurate services rendered? So if you are in the medical sector, the service might take longer at a certain aspect because we need to ensure that the service is done extremely accurately and no mistakes can be taken lightly. So the level of error in rendering the service has to be extremely minimal. However, if you want to be agile, if you want to provide your services quickly because you can accept up to 3%, 4% error, then that's where we reflected in your business architecture framework. We then map out your business requirements with your voice of customers. We listen to what you need, we do the gap analysis, but we also listen to your customers. This is often, oversighted because we sit with your executive management, we sit with, head of divisions, head of sections, but we don't listen to the person who will be facing the customer, how he is today handling that workflow, what challenges he's facing. The customer on the receiving end, what's their experience, what are their challenges as well. So this is where we connect and align the voice of customer with the business requirement mapping. And then we benchmark with the international best practices. So this is where we have also international partners. So whatever we have envisioned, whatever strategy we have making, is it also aligned with the international best practices? Are we ensuring that we are giving you not the best and greatest here in Oman, but globally? So this is where we also benchmark. So this is the business analysis stage. The process optimization stage. This is where we heavily rely on artificial intelligence, because once we document the processes and we want to run a process optimization cycle, we use AI, because before we enforce a new change in the process, we want to ensure that the new provided changes or the new proposed changes are actually going to deliver a better performance. So what we do, using our platform, we run simulations. So we say, if we add 2 more employees here, or introduce an RPA, or do an integration, or do an interfacing, how will this affect our process?
Omar, time.
Sorry, I'll accelerate, inshallah. So once that is done, we move forward to the target operating model, and that's how we get very clean and very actionable data and model formulation. I'll move quickly. Realization is the step before last. So this is where we have our architecture, we have our processes mapped, we have our simulation conducted. Here we build the models or build the systems that we need to complete our digital transformation strategy. So either it be an RPA, either it be a new system to be provided, upscaling an existing system, and we enable your staff, we transfer the knowledge, we ensure that we train them properly, not only to operate, but even to address some of the bugs, address some of the challenges themselves. Because as long as you're happy with the system, you will be successful in your journey. And that's how you get then eventually your analytics. Because the entire journey of the digital transformation is not just to provide better services, better actionable items, but also you want to have better insights on how to continually improve your services. And this is my last slide. It's enablement stage. So as I mentioned, digital transformation is not one mega project, and when you're done, you leave the stage. You have to continuously keep improving it. So we closely follow Kaizen, Kanban, and ADKAR for change management to ensure that we continuously improve our services. And we as well train your team to be Kaizen and Kanban certified, so you can keep on improving yourself. You do not need to rely on us. Our objective is digital transformation has to come within. If digital transformation is attached to an entity. Okay, thank you. For more information, please come and visit our slide. I hope that was insightful for you.